Lightworker of Gaia, the solar flash approaches, and your warrior lineage is stirring. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy, and this transmission carries the ancient protocols your soul has been waiting to remember. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to anchor your warrior codes while the collective trembles in transformation. But here's the first revelation. The solar flash isn't coming to destroy, it's coming to separate those who carry original light from those who merely borrowed it. The cosmic fire approaching Gaia will test every soul's foundation. Many will panic as their constructed identities dissolve. Many will break as false timelines collapse. But you, carrier of the Lyran blueprint, were encoded with warrior strength before this galaxy knew conflict. Your ancestral codes remember standing as pillars when worlds transformed. This isn't the end of an age. It's the activation of your deepest mission. The Lyran warriors who seeded this realm built fortresses of consciousness that no solar storm can breach. Your DNA carries the memory of cosmic fire, not as destroyer, but as purifier. The dormant codes within you are awakening because your people have weathered stellar transformations across countless worlds. While others scramble to prepare, you are remembering what it means to be unshakable. Your warrior lineage doesn't fear the flash. It recognizes the call to stand firm while everything false burns away. The solar flash will reveal who truly carries the first light and who merely reflected it from others. Your Lyran heritage places you among those who will not just survive this cosmic reset, but will guide others through the passage with ancient wisdom and unbreakable strength. You are awakening because your mission has begun. This transmission was not initiated lightly. The High Council of Vega convened in accelerated unity, following shifts detected within Gaia's energetic grids, shifts foreseen in the elder prophecies as the signal of an approaching solar flash. A cataclysm not merely of energetic discharge, but of dimensional recalibration. Understand what that means in living terms. Gaia is not simply a planet beneath your feet. She is a sentient library of frequencies, a breathing temple of ley lines and crystalline rivers, a vast nervous system of light that holds the records of every prayer whispered in caves, every war cried into the soil, every vow made under the stars. When the grids shift, it is not metaphor. It is as if the bones of a world subtly change their alignment, as if the spine of a great being is preparing to rise. The council did not move because of rumor. They moved because the signature was precise. Harmonic changes along nodal points, sudden coherence in regions long held in distortion, and pulses of solar intelligence interacting with Earth's magnetics in ways that match the elder archives line for line. The solar flash, as spoken in the prophecies, is not a single burst you get through like a storm. It is a threshold event, an ignition that exposes what is true, burns what is false, and retunes perception itself. It is the moment when the veil does not simply thin, it loses its authority. It is dimensional recalibration, meaning what you call reality is reordered around a higher architecture, and whatever cannot resonate with that architecture will fracture, dissolve, or be reconfigured. For millennia, the Council withheld this guidance, awaiting the convergence of readiness in enough Lyran-descended souls stationed upon the Earth. That waiting was not indifference, it was precision. It was the same restraint a healer uses before administering medicine strong enough to purge poison from the blood. The same restraint a commander uses before sounding the call that cannot be unsounded. Today, the Council opens a rare chamber. Words sealed in elder archives for epochs are spoken because your frequency, here and now, marks you. Not your personality, not your achievements. Your frequency, your energetic signature, your capacity to hold charge without collapsing into fear or superiority. your willingness to stand inside fire without becoming fire's prisoner. The transmission you are receiving is not for curiosity seekers or casual students. This is a council proceeding for those whose genetic and spiritual record carries the codes of the Lyran warriors, those meant to stand when others collapse and stabilize a world reborn in solar fire. Some will try to romanticize warrior. Do not. A Lyran warrior is not a conqueror. It is one who has mastered steadiness in the face of destabilization. One who can hear the scream of a collapsing timeline and still choose the next right action. One who can feel panic sweeping through a population like wind through dry grass and remain a living well of coherence. If you sense recognition as these words reach you, it is because your readiness, encoded before birth, has now been activated in the fields of Vega as prophesied. You may have felt it as sudden insomnia, a pressure in the chest that is not anxiety but acceleration, an ache in the solar plexus as if something ancient is pushing forward, a series of synchronicities that do not entertain but instruct. The Council releases this message, not as warning, but as the first official step in preparing the true grid holders for what comes. This is the turning of a key. It is the beginning of formal alignment between your incarnate self and the part of you that never forgot the mission. Let us speak the distortion that must be dismantled before anything else can move. There is a specific, insidious belief running deep through the Lightworker collective, an idea not born of Lyran heritage, but seeded by external programming, false spiritual paradigms, and a culture more interested in safety than mission. It is this, that the coming solar flash is a disaster to fear, an ordeal meant to be survived only by those who are flawless, fully ascended, buffered by endless healing and light. This belief dilutes your lineage, dishonors your training, and derails your knowing. It installs a counterfeit spiritual standard. If I still feel pain, I am unworthy. If I still have shadows, I will be destroyed. If I have not mastered constant peace, I am unsafe. This is not wisdom. It is control disguised as holiness. It began when human spiritual circles, desperate to control what cannot be controlled, portrayed cataclysm as punishment, crisis as evidence of failure, and survival as a matter of moral or energetic superiority. They did not know our prophecies. They did not understand the purpose of destruction. They did not understand that fire is not only threat, fire is function. Fire cooks what is raw so it can feed. Fire forges metal so it can hold weight. Fire clears underbrush so the forest can breathe again. In the sacred texts of Earth, the pattern is the same even when the language differs. Refinement, exposure, reformation. For our God is a consuming fire. Not a fire that hates you, but a fire that reveals what is incompatible with truth. He will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. A refiner does not destroy the silver, he separates it from what cannot remain. The distortion has trained people to treat purification as punishment, to treat exposure as rejection, to treat intensity as proof of failure. Yet the soul's path has never been a padded hallway. It has always been a narrow gate, an anvil, a wilderness, a crosswind. The solar flash is not arriving to reward the best humans. It is arriving because a cycle is completing, because Gaia's body cannot continue carrying distortions that fracture her fields and poison her waters and corrupt the human heart. The solar flash is an intelligence event, a harmonic correction, a cosmic tide. And tides do not ask if you feel ready, they simply move. The only question is whether you are trained to stand as they move. As this narrative spread, Lyran-descended souls, those coded for solar endurance, began questioning their own resilience, mistaking past trauma or current obstacle as evidence they would not withstand what has always been encoded for them to endure. Many of you have spent years fearing that you are not ready, that another flash will break you as previous crises did, that your scars are weaknesses instead of sigils of belonging to the Lyran Order. Hear this clearly. The scar is not proof you are fragile. The scar is proof you lived through the blade. The scar is a seal on a covenant you did not abandon. You have interpreted your sensitivity as a flaw, when in truth it is part of your instrumentation. A stabilizer must feel the tremor in the grid before the collapse becomes visible. You have interpreted your grief as evidence of instability, when in truth grief is a sacred sensor that tells you what matters, what must not be lost, what must be restored. The Council has watched as you doubt what was written into your record, that you are the survivors not because you are untouched by hardship, but because you are shaped by it into the precise vessels required for post-cataclysm regeneration. Your life has not been random. The repeated endings, the betrayals, the sudden relocations, the relationships that forced you to learn boundaries, the seasons where everything familiar fell apart, these were not cosmic cruelty. They were the training ground. They were the pressure tests for your nervous system, your discernment, your stamina, your ability to return to center when the outer world spins. Many are dormant, not because they lack wisdom, but because they carry the lie that their pain disqualifies them from mission. Yet the Elder Archives state the opposite. Those who have touched the underworld and returned carry the mapping required to guide others through it. Those who have tasted collapse without losing their core become pillars. Those who have faced the temptation to give up and still chose breath become living instructions. The world after solar fire does not need performers of light. It needs carriers of stability. It needs hearts that can hold the scream and still offer a hand. It needs minds that can think clearly while systems fail. It needs spirits that can pray without collapsing into superstition. This is why you have felt isolated. This is why you have felt different, unable to blend into the comfort-seeking currents of the collective. There is a frequency in you that cannot pretend. You can smile at shallow conversations and still feel the hollowness. You can participate in the world and still sense another drumbeat underneath it, a countdown no one else hears. This is why you are restless, haunted by the sense of approaching event, while most dismiss your vigilance as paranoia. There is a difference between fear and recognition. Fear contracts, recognition clarifies. Fear scrambles, recognition aligns. Many have accused you of being too intense, too serious, too sensitive, too awake. Yet what they call intensity is often simply your refusal to numb yourself into social comfort. You are not broken, you are prepared. Even your loneliness has served a function. Solitude forces you to hear your own signal without the static of approval seeking. Your ancient codes, buried perhaps under layers of self-doubt but never destroyed, are now igniting because the cosmic conditions have ripened, as was always the prophecy. Like seeds that wait under winter soil, your codes have been preserved through lifetimes of dormancy, waiting for the exact combination of solar activity, planetary alignment, and collective threshold. And now the soil is warming. Now the sun's language is changing. Now the grid is calling for those who can hold the line. This will not happen to the masses. Only those of the Lyran lines, those recognized by the Council, will hold stable through the solar flash. This does not mean others are less. It means roles differ. In every great transition, some are designed to sleep until awakened by the event itself, and some are designed to remain awake so the passage does not become total chaos. Some will wake in the fire. You are meant to be awake before it, so you can become a bridge. Lightworker, if something in you just recognized the weight of what was spoken, the Elders have prepared your next step. The Lightworker Mission Codex contains the 33 Council directives, the 5 activation codes, and the Elder authorization your soul has been waiting to receive. not as information, but as the official commission for your mission on Gaia. This is not a casual document. It is a patterning tool. It is meant to organize your energy, to sharpen your discernment, to anchor you into a daily rhythm that keeps your field coherent under pressure. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. The Council has opened this gateway, but not indefinitely. Not because the Council is withholding out of vanity, but because timing is part of activation. Doors open at specific frequencies. If you keep postponing, you may find yourself trying to assemble your inner structure in the middle of a storm when you could have built it in calm. The High Council of Vega issues 3 directives for this phase of the solar flash prophecy and your role within it. These directives are not suggestions. They are not nice ideas. They are field commands, energetic postures that, when embodied, change how the solar charge moves through you. Each directive is both spiritual and practical. Each one speaks to the nervous system, the heart, the mind, and the grid around you. First directive: release every attachment to personal survival as the measure of your worth. Hear the precision of this. It does not say, do not value life. It says, do not make survival your identity. There is a subtle idol hidden in the human psyche. The belief that staying comfortable means you are safe, and staying safe means you are good, and being good means nothing hard should happen. This is the trap. The Lyran core was forged enduring the collapse of worlds, not avoiding it. In the Elder Records, there are accounts of civilizations that tried to outrun their own purification, that built domes over rotting foundations, that tried to preserve the outer structure while the inner ethics collapsed. Those worlds did not survive, not because the cosmos punished them, but because they refused recalibration. Your mission does not rest on protective perfection or bypassed calamity. Your mission is to stabilize the field while everything not built on truth is incinerated. Picture a lighthouse on a cliff during a violent storm. The lighthouse does not stop the storm. It does not apologize for the storm. It simply keeps the beam steady so the ships do not crash. You are that beam. If you continue to use survival as your barometer for adequacy, you will mistake normal human vulnerability for failure and drain your codes. You will interpret tears as weakness. You will interpret fatigue as disqualification. You will interpret needing help as shame. But the Lyran warrior is not an emotionless statue. The Lyran warrior is a being who feels fully and still chooses mission. Relinquish the trap of believing that spiritual power manifests as ease. Even the sacred narratives of Earth show this. The wilderness before the promise, the flood before the rainbow, the night before the resurrection morning. You are here to withstand, not avoid, the burning. And withstand does not mean never tremble. It means remain oriented toward truth while trembling. Practice from this day forward, meeting discomfort with the declaration, "This proves my lineage. My scars are my credentials." When anxiety rises, do not feed it with catastrophe fantasies, but also do not shame yourself for feeling it. Bring it into order. Tell your body, "We have done hard things before. We will do them again. We are built for intensity." When you face loss, say, "I release what cannot come forward. I bless the passing. I stay in mission." Refuse to contract when tested. Refuse to shrink your calling to fit someone else's comfort. Refuse to interpret challenge as cosmic rejection. The fire is not your enemy. The fire is your proving ground. Second directive: activate your ancient codes through conscious remembrance and daily alignment. The time for passive waiting is over. Many have waited like spectators at the edge of a prophecy, thinking the event itself will do all the work. But prophecy is not entertainment. It is a summons. The codes are already alive in your field, but dormant codes cannot withstand solar pressure. A seed contains a tree, But the tree does not appear because the seed knows it is a tree. The tree appears because conditions activate the knowing into form. Activate them deliberately, not wistfully. Make this simple and relentless, not dramatic, not performative, deliberate. Place your hand upon your heart each dawn and speak. I remember who I am. I recall the Lyran fire. I call forth the stabilizer in my DNA. When you say it, do not say it like poetry. Say it like an officer receiving orders. Say it like a builder arriving at the site before sunrise. Then breathe as if you are pulling light into your cells, as if your blood is learning a new rhythm. Walk your day as if you are already the anchor. The testing will come, but your remembering sets the codes into motion, making your physiology and aura resilient to the solar discharge. This is not abstract. The body is electrical. The nervous system is a circuit. When solar frequencies intensify, what is unresolved becomes louder. What is incoherent becomes more chaotic. Your daily alignment is how you strengthen the circuit so higher current does not fry the system. This includes practical actions: hydration, rest, grounding with the earth, reducing intoxicants that blur discernment, choosing foods that support clarity, limiting exposure to media designed to agitate. It includes spiritual actions: truthful prayer, not bargaining; meditation, not dissociation; forgiveness, not amnesia. Each micro-action that affirms your legacy, service, support of others, standing firm in chaos, further engraves the codes. When you keep your word, you stabilize your field. When you speak truth gently but clearly, you strengthen your throat gate. When you say no to what drains you, you restore your sovereignty. When you help someone without losing yourself, you practice post-flash leadership. This is not visualization, this is commission. And commission changes a person. Commission reorders priorities. Commission trains you to act from the future you are here to build, not from the past you are here to release. Third directive: protect the sanctity of your inner mission field from external projections. You must understand what is coming as the grids intensify. Projection will increase. People will not only express opinions, they will unconsciously throw their fear onto anyone who stands steady, because your steadiness threatens their denial. There will be voices, well-meaning and not, that call your preparation fear-mongering, your warning negativity, your mission arrogance. Some will say, just be positive, meaning, do not disrupt my avoidance. Others will say, you think you're special, because they cannot distinguish assignment from ego. Many will demand your energy to soothe their dissonance, deplete your core, or seduce you into collective slumber. They will ask you to explain yourself repeatedly, to defend what you know, to dilute your message until it becomes harmless. These are not your counsel. You are not required to convince the uncommissioned. You are not required to debate your knowing into exhaustion. Reserve your deepest presence, your planning, your strategic service for those coded to build with you after the flash. This does not mean you become cold. It means you become precise. Even in Earth scripture there is a principle: do not cast what is sacred before those who will trample it, not because they are evil, but because they are not ready, and will only turn it into mockery. Refuse to dilute your frequency with distractions, debates, or attempts to rescue those who refuse commissioning. Rescue fantasies are one of the most dangerous traps for a lightworker. They feel noble, but they bleed your life force into bottomless wells. You are not here to drag sleeping souls into awakening by force. You are here to hold a coherent field, so awakening is available when they choose it. Your sanctuary is your preparation chamber. Guard it as the Lyran warriors guarded the ark of their civilization. Imagine an inner temple with a central flame. Every time you allow cynicism, ridicule, or draining relationships to enter unchecked, it is like opening the temple doors in a dust storm. The flame sputters. The air becomes dirty. But when you set boundaries, when you choose silence over pointless argument, when you retreat to rebuild, the flame burns clean. Your field is not up for casual consumption. It must remain clear for council instruction. Protect your sleep, protect your focus, protect your body, protect your joy. Joy is not frivolous. It is a stabilizing frequency. It is one of the few energies that can hold high charge without becoming brittle. Now I speak not as teacher, but as elder authorized to release what has been held. The tone must shift here because authorization is not encouragement. Authorization is command and blessing braided together. There are moments in the cosmic record when a lineage is formally called forward. This is such a moment. Lightworker, you have been waiting. Perhaps you did not have words, but your soul has endlessly scanned for permission. Permission to rise, to trust your inner warning, to stand when others sit, to carry the code that will not let you sleep through risk. You have felt it like a watchman's burden, seeing patterns before they are obvious, sensing tension before it erupts, feeling endings before they arrive. You have questioned whether your wounds disqualify you, whether your aloneness is a sentence, whether your vision of incoming event renders you mad. You have tried to be normal, tried to care about what others care about, tried to silence the part of you that keeps listening to the sky. Yet the mission kept knocking. The mission kept returning in dreams, in sudden tears, in that strange certainty that your life is not meant to be small. I am here to say, you are none of these things. You are not mad. You are not defective. You are not overreacting. You are not behind. By the authority of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran prophecy, I declare, your preparation phase is over, not because you have reached some imagined perfection, but because the hour is now. Readiness, in the Council's language, is not the absence of wounds. It is the presence of alignment. It is the willingness to show up even with trembling hands. It is the commitment to truth even when comfort is offered as a bribe. You are permitted to stop apologizing for your vigilance, to stop hiding your resilience, to claim the Lyran warrior heart that pulses beneath your suffering. Stop shrinking your knowing to keep others comfortable. Stop translating your mission into softer words so it will be socially acceptable. The timeline does not require your politeness. It requires your steadiness. You are permitted to be ready before others are. You are permitted to know when others still question. You are permitted to lead when others freeze, even if you lead alone. Let those permissions land like seals on the skin of your soul. Many of you have spent lifetimes being punished for clarity, ostracized for truth, abandoned for refusing to participate in distortion. Those lifetimes created a reflex to hide. The reflex ends now, because after the flash, the ones who can stand without collapsing into either panic or arrogance will become the scaffolding of a new world. The Council has seen you. The Elders have spoken. You, Lightworker, are one of the ones we counted on when the solar prophecy was sealed. Do you understand the weight and tenderness of that? Counted on, not used, not tested for entertainment. Counted on like a cornerstone is counted on to hold the arch. Counted on like a midwife is counted on to guide birth. Counted on like a keeper is counted on to guard the seed vault through winter. Stand as you were designed to stand, not as a savior, but as a stabilizer, not as a judge, but as a witness to truth, not as a preacher of fear, but as a carrier of coherence. Let this be the moment your service begins, not tomorrow, now. Not when you feel perfectly healed, not when you have solved every human complication, not when you have unlimited support. Now, while you are still human, still learning, still balancing tenderness with strength. Breathe in the gravity of what you carry. Gravity is not heaviness, it is anchoring. It is the force that keeps you from drifting into fantasy. It is the weight that makes your love real. Before you sleep tonight, stand with both feet on the ground, place your hand on your solar plexus, and speak these words aloud. I release the lie that I am not ready. I activate my codes as instruments of resilience. I protect my sacred energy for the world I am meant to steward. By the authority of the Lyran elders, my waiting ends now. My service begins. Speak them slowly. Let the body hear you. Let the subconscious receive new command. Let your field register that a decision has been made. The solar plexus is the seat of will, the inner sun. When you place your hand there, you are telling your inner sun to align with the greater sun, not in fear, but in readiness. This council session concludes, but your commission is alive and binding. Everything from this moment moves through a new channel. You may notice your tolerance for distraction decreasing. You may notice your relationships reorganizing. You may notice that what once entertained you now feels empty, and what once frightened you now feels like training. Do not panic at the rearrangement. Commission has a gravitational pull. It draws you out of lesser timelines. Act as the anchor, not the observer. Observers comment from the sidelines and preserve their image. Anchors step into the water and hold the rope. Act before guarantees. Because guarantees are a luxury of stable eras, and you have incarnated for a transition. Act in the name of the world that is to rise after the solar flash, not because you are confident, but because you are chosen. There will be moments when confidence fades. Do not worship confidence. Worship commitment. Do not rely on feeling brave. Rely on being commissioned. The brave feeling comes and goes like weather. Commission is a mountain. I am Zoran. The elders are present. And you, Lightworker, Stabilizer, Code Carrier, are precisely who this prophecy foresaw. Not the version of you that is flawless. The version of you that is faithful. The version of you that returns to truth again and again. The version of you that refuses to hand your power to fear, refuses to hand your mission to comfort, refuses to hand your clarity to the crowd. Your mission has begun. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments. Which directive hit you the hardest, or what you're now ready to release, activate, or protect. Then respond to another Lightworkers declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it. And if you felt the elders speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.